Yo, what up, YouTube? It's Rye. And let me holler at you real quick. Be glad that it happened to you. Now, I know that sounds weird. You wouldn't want anything bad to happen to anyone, not even yourself. We hate that we have to go through these things. We hate when negative things impact our lives. But there's a silver lining. There's a positive way of looking at things. Be glad that you learned it today. Be glad that whatever happened yesterday prepared you for today. Understand that was someone was someone learned at 27, 37, 47, you learned at 15. Now maybe that negatively impacted your childhood. Maybe you had a bad childhood. Maybe you were bullied, but that taught you to be strong. Maybe you had a negative childhood, but that taught you to be resilient. Maybe you had a bad relationship, but that taught you to what you're not going to accept going in the future. There are a lot of people who they had good lives or they had everything handed to them, and when there are roadblocks, when there are bumps in the road, they don't know how to handle it and they fall. So understand that we all want a good life, but it's better to suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. So understand, my friend, that a lot of times we look back at, oh man, mom wasn't there, my friends weren't there. I wasn't able to afford these things. My friends got to, they got to go here and go there because their parents had money. But okay, so what? You didn't get to go to Disney World as a kid. Take yourself to Disney World. Put the work in. Take yourself to Japan. Take yourself out. Maybe you didn't have all these things, but now, okay, just because you didn't have them as a kid doesn't mean you can have them as an adult. A lot of times we think that, because we didn't have that life experience get those good experiences as a kid, that it's over. Now you get to experience them now on your own. It's never over. So understand that. Be glad that happened to you, because now you prepared. Someone that never had to go through these things, they're not going to know what hit them, because we all have to go through these things. Eventually, some people are lucky and some people are blessed. And there's difference, because your blessings will never lead you astray. Your blessings will never run out. But one day their luck will run out. Luck runs out, but blessings don't. Being blessed and highly favored, that calling, your testimony, being watched over, the angels that are watching over you, they'll never leave your side. And you're probably thinking, okay, well, what about when this happened? You're alive though, right? So yeah, the spirits is watching over you, when God is watching over you, when the angels are watching over you, that's not a guarantee that bad things won't happen. They'll be there when something happens to protect you, to shield you, to put that armor on you, to heal you. That's what it means. But be glad that happened to you. Think of it this way. The first stretch of your life, at least I'll speak for myself, I can't speak for anyone else, but I'd rather the first stretch of my life be not good or whatever, and then the rest of my life be amazing. So I'd rather get out the way, I'd rather pay the debt now and have fun later. I'd rather cry now and laugh later. And, everyone has their own way of thinking. Everyone has their own way of doing things. But if you are crying now, know that your victory is on the horizon. Know that there's something broader on the horizon for you. So be glad that happened to you. It's not that we're happy. No one wants to hurt. No one wants to be sad. No one wants to feel pain. I understand that. But what I mean is that means something good is coming. Usually when something negative happens, something positive is coming. But it's how you handle it. Now, nothing positive will come if you sit in that. A lot of people say, well, that didn't happen. Well, you stayed in that same spot. You were supposed to get up, take that anger, take that angst, take that frustration, and use it and channel it. The people that sit in those negative spaces and say, well, this happened to me and nothing good came for me, that's because you didn't channel it. You were supposed to channel it. Sometimes bad things happen on purpose to get you out of that spot, to move you out of that area, because you become complacent and you're not working because you getting too comfortable where you at. So that bad thing was meant to happen to move you into something better, but you didn't channel it. You coasted, and I did it too. There was times where I was like, man, I want this, I need this. But the actions weren't changing, The things I was saying were different, but the way I was moving was the same. And it doesn't have to be that way for you. I know it, and you know it. But it's about time we do something about it. So be glad that it happened to you. It needed to happen because it's moving you. You would have stayed in that section, stayed complacent, stayed coasting, staying, oh, this is good enough for the rest of your life. But remember, when you was in that bad spot, you was like, I want it all. Now you got a little taste. You like, well, it's better than what I was. Why accept that? Why stay in that? You know? Why rent when you can own? Now you might have to start off renting. I mean that in a life sense. Why rent when you can own? You know? Why rent a room when you can own the house? At first you wanted to own the house. Now you cool with renting the room. Better than where you were, and we should be satisfied. We should be appreciative. I understand that. But what I'm saying is that we can have it all. Or we can try. Even if it don't work out, we can try. But be glad that happened to you. It's okay. Because understand that whatever happened to you, that force, that push and pull, it's going to propel you to keep going. Because when you're moving onto better things, as soon as you have that devil on your shoulder that's telling you to give up, you're going to remember, nope, because that happened to me. I'm not letting myself down. I'm not letting my family down. I'm not letting my peers down. I'm not letting myself down. So you're going to have that voice like, give up. And that's going to take you back to where you were when you started. You're going to be like, nope, I'm doing it for him. I'm doing it for her. Whoever you were where you started, that's who you're doing it for. Remember him. Remember her. Ladies and gentlemen, remember them. Who you were when you started, that's who you owe it to. You don't owe it to the version of yourself right now. No, you owe it to who you were when you owe it to your 5-year-old self. You know, you owe it to them. That's who you're doing it for. Who you are in the flesh right now, that's not who you're doing it for. That's not who you fighting for. You fighting for the version of yourself that started it. When you had those tears in your eyes when you went to bed, thinking of, I should just give up. That's who you owe it to. Not who you are now and not who you are going to be. You owe it to the person that you were when you started. That's what it's all for. That's what you're fighting for. But hey, it's Ra. Like, comment, subscribe. I love you, family. We growing, family. Woo woo. And you got this, homie. It's already yours.